Hello, my friends. This is Stackerus Argentius coming at you once again with some fine silver. 999 parts out of 1,000 pure silver right here. As I said before, I'm partial to the poured bars, but I like the coins as well. It represents a lot to me, and I'm very passionate about silver stacking. Very serious about it. This isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. But you guys know that already. If you've been doing this for any substantial amount of time, or even if you just started yesterday, you know that fire that sparks within you when you start getting into this stuff. The reason for that is very simple. I think that it could be reason and logic out this way. We know that there's innate objective value in precious metals because it's rare and it's finite. It can't be replicated. They're elements on the periodic table, which is it's a base material that cannot be replicated. It is what it is, and it's rare, and it's shiny, and it's dense. It's very dense for what it is. So what? It's shiny and dense. Well, I'll tell you what. Our ancient ancestors, before coins were even invented, before precious metals were used as a means of universal exchange for goods and services, this stuff was found in riverbeds or in mountains, and people knew innately that it was something of value. And it didn't take too long for people to start to accept it in exchange for the goods and services that they rendered to their communities. It wasn't a tough sell. You know how some things are a tough sell, like when you're trying to pull one over on someone, you have that feeling that you're getting ripped off. Well, silver is not like that. If we clear our minds of this modern economic nightmare, this Keynesian nightmare that we are currently living in, this paradigm of debt and death, if we clear our minds of that and we get back to the basics, get back to sound money, we know that this stuff is money. This might sound weird to some of you that are just starting out doing this, but let me explain. When I first started stacking, which was not even that long ago, maybe 2 years ago now. Yeah, it was exactly 2 years ago, and I wish I had started YouTube back then, but you got to start somewhere. Back then, I was working, I was self-employed, and I was making very little money. But my expenses were also very, very small as well. But it was just not enough to make a life out of this. You know what I mean? Like what I was doing, I'm not going to get into that. But I knew that I had to save money somehow. I was spending too much money for what I was making, which was not even that much. And I wanted to retain the value of my labor so I would have something to say at the end of the day. I know that this is very easy for people to understand. It can be disheartening when you work your ass off every single day and then you're left with nothing. It's just bills and then, the simple pleasures you spent your hard-earned money on, those pass through time and you forget about them. This stuff you don't forget about. When I started to become privy to the reality of silver, I started to immediately take on the opportunity available to us to own quite a lot at the undervalued prices. Topic for another video. I started to get this stuff. I started to accumulate as much as I could, and maybe overextend it a little bit. But it took a lot of dedication to dump my resources into this and have it work out. But do you know what? In the end of the day, if I didn't get into silver, I would not have anything to save for my time. This is how I choose to save my money over a long period of time. It retains its value because the value is intrinsic. The price might fluctuate, but as I like to say, it is what it is. It's silver, and it's been valuable for many a millennium, and it will continue to be so once more into the future. And I would have to say that right now these are the days where it's valued probably the least than it's ever been valued ever before. And that's only because of the economic paradigm we now live in. But I think that everything comes to pass, and so will this. People that stack this stuff are going to be very happy that they did right now. It's a bargain. But this video went in many different directions, and I digress quite a little bit. But I'm going to refine my thoughts a little more in future videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'd like to hear your comments to see what different different episodes should be about. So I look forward to hearing from you. Let's get this conversation started, and I'll try to reach out to as many of the other silver YouTube channels that I can, and really add to the content and educate people. You guys have a great day, and stay stacking.